First 400 firefighters who reached the scene of the World Trade Center attack today. As many as half may be dead. That estimate is coming from a vice president within the New York City Firefighters Union. He says that entire companies are missing at this point in New York and unable to make any contact with anybody in those companies.
As we pointed out earlier, here we had the first airplane crashing in. You're seeing the second right there in front of your eyes. As the first incident...
Which, if Brian was correct, then that would have suggested that they were out of time. But you're looking at video from another sort of angle of the same thing, just moments before that amateur video was shot of the commercial airliner just plowing into the second tower, just going up in smoke. It's hard to watch.
The eyes, all eyes were toward the sky anyway. They were watching the first. Look at this. It goes through the back and breaks through.
It doesn't even look real.
No.
It just doesn't.
No, this all looks like a Hollywood movie, but this is real life in the year 2001.
And we know so many emergency management personnel rushed to the scene, police officers, firefighters, maybe even 400 firefighters, of which now we are learning that perhaps 200, half of them are missing, and some of them might be presumed dead.
Just
the sound of a plane.
Starjet.
All right. And many of the emergency workers basically just happy to be alive.
I live at 25 London Street, a couple of blocks from here. I'm all the time hanging out in the corner on the liquor store this morning. I saw the plane coming this way in the spot. Goes factory directly to the building.
Was this the first plane or the second plane?
That was the first plane. The second plane, no second plane. It was a bomb. Bomb in another building, not second plane. That was a bomb. Who said the second plane?
That's what we're told, the second plane. We saw it on television.
I saw everything.
All right. Thanks a lot. This is...
I will tell you that what I saw fall had to be at least 40, 50 stories of that building at first. The skeleton was left at about, I would say, the 50 or 60th floor after the shell, after the structure of the building fell down. The skeleton, the steel skeleton, was literally sheaved off, and it took probably about another 30 seconds before the skeleton collapsed into the street. That was the last we saw of the World Trade Center.
We're getting reports from eyewitnesses who were on Highway 110, which is just west of the Pentagon. One eyewitness claiming that he saw a U.S. Air 737 plane headed toward...
All right, let's listen in now to WTTG.
The pilot, the original pilot of the plane, has various buttons that he can push that set off a code and tell him that there were hijacks. But maybe as a matter of security, they're not saying anything about that.
The image showed the plane, an American Airlines plane, en route from Boston to Los Angeles, American Airlines 11, flying through the World Trade Center. There is that appalling, horrifying image. The kind of thing we only thought up to now was probably in the imagination of film directors. But this is, I have to underline, reality. These are pictures coming in as I speak, and pictures, it looks to me like downtown Washington.
Collapsed completely.
Was shaking, and, you know, it felt like a bomb hit or a plane hit or something like that. But the whole plane did hit. Plane did hit.
These pictures are coming to you, I think, if I read them correctly, from just outside the White House.
It hit more the helipad than it did the building?
It definitely hit the building. Something hit the building, certainly, but it did not seem to be a gaping hole like we saw at the World Trade Center. I can't even tell you what size plane it is because it's pretty much consumed.
Michael, if you can hear me, we just heard another explosion down at the Pentagon building. We just heard another loud explosion down at the Pentagon building just seconds ago.
That's our Audrey Barnes, who is standing nearby the Pentagon, saying they heard a second explosion. Audrey, did you see anything, since these other attacks have been aerial? Did you see anything flying overhead just before this explosion?
We can't see exactly where the source of the explosion was, but you could hear it very clearly with a loud boom. And I'm looking for another plume of smoke. I don't see anything right now. It might be still in that same general area where the fire is burning right now, but you can clearly hear another loud explosion.
Joining us by phone now is Don Chauncey. Don, are you there?
Yes, I am.
You witnessed what happened at the Pentagon. What did you see?
From my office, I was able to see a white jet, like a Gulfstream type commuter jet, I guess, just came at a high rate of speed.
How did those hijackers get control of those four planes and steer them into their targets. 3 of the 4 did expert piloting in order to achieve the job that they set out to do.
Right, these are big planes. These are 757s, 767s, not easy to steer. It almost seemed as if these pilots may have known what they were doing. Let's go now to our senior correspondent, Rita Cosby, who joins us now with some late-breaking news on some terrorist pilot training. Hi, Rita, what can you tell us?
Well, Lori, law enforcement sources are telling me that they do believe that these pilots were very sophisticated, very highly trained to be able to make those quick turns, those very quick vectors, and to be able to do it at such a narrow window, to be able to do it so precisely to hit the Twin Towers as they did, and also the Pentagon.
It's a very haunting description that Bob Kerr just gave of that low-flying aircraft near the White House.
No, you said you were inside the building when this happened.
Yes, the remote delivery facility, which is a wing of the new Pentagon. So there's parts of debris of airplane and stuff scattered along the road here. So, and then I just heard another explosion up there. So someone told me a airliner hit the building. So
anybody describe the plane to you? How large was the plane that hit the Pentagon?
It was a commercial-sized airliner. I'm not sure how big it was. The gentleman just said he was setting on 95. The plane flew very low over his car and hit the building and blew his windows out of his vehicle, and he was on Interstate 395. So
looks like everybody's in shock.
It's unbelievable. It's a dark day, very dark day. And I just heard an explosion back over that way. I'm not sure what that was either.
And it seems that those concerns that even caused the World Trade Center to hire a senior FBI counterterrorism official just weeks ago to try and beef up security